Hey, Kai.
What?
You see Goldlewis over there?
Yeah?
I think he might be gay.
How could you say that to my cold Christian heart?
There, right there. Look at that tan, that tinted skin. Look at that killer shape he's in. Look at that slightly stubbly chin. Oh, please, he's gay. Totally gay.
I'm not about to celebrate. Any trait could indicate the totally straight expatriate. This guy's not gay, I say not gay. There's an impasse to concur that we cannot really infer that a man who eats burgers is automatically radically fey. But look at his big and macho brew.
Look at how he's a snuggly boo.
That's the massive hullabaloo. Look what we're seeing.
What are we seeing?
Is he gay?
Of course he's gay. Or authoritarian. Huh?
Gay or authoritarian, it's hard to guarantee. Is he gay or authoritarian? Well, hey, don't look at me. You see, they bring their boys up different in their own peculiar mold. They're really, really bold. They accuse Jews of stealing gold. Gay or fascist fella, the answer gives me gas. They say things like, "Heil Hitler," while they fuck you in the ass.
Aye.
You know Zangief? What if I told you he was gay, or at least bisexual? Why is this? Because there's a piece of Street Fighter 3 art where Zangief is posing in front of a mirror, but you can see a little small picture of Vega. Although both people in question, Zangief and Goldlewis, are white men, not from Japan, they're coded in Japanese sensibilities, or at least Japanese gay sensibilities. This is because the ideal kind of gay man, or ikanimo kei, is a macho, muscly, burly man. Why is this? Well, the thing is, in Japan, before the Meiji Restoration, the time in which they took time to, reform their whole culture and modernize, they took in a lot of values from the West. The thing was, before then, there were things known as, yes, yaoi novels that depicted samurais, gay men being together in a very romanticized fashion. But afterward, Western values came in, and to this day, Japan has certain things that are more Western than the Westerners are currently, especially in America. They're not too fond of gay marriage. It's not illegal, but it isn't legal either. So there are not a lot of protections. Because of this, although the effeminate gay male stereotype is still very much present in Japan, for gay men themselves, they actually prefer something that heeds to Western male masculine values. The ikanimo kei, the burly man, the jock, the macho muscle man. This is shown in Bara manga. Bara means rose, but it's another name for geikomi, or gay comics. These erotic manga are for gay men, written by gay men. These manga depict super junky men, sometimes even super plus size like Goldlewis. I'm gonna plug my friend LadyVirgilia. For more information on gay men in Japan, I highly advise you, especially if you've been or at least know of Persona 4's story, to watch her video on Kanji. It will go into a lot more detail than I can here, as she is an expert on Japanese culture, being Japanese American herself. Goldlewis Dickinson, the most American of American names. If a Japanese person truly wanted to make the true American in a test tube, they would make Guile and Lieutenant Surge, but then they would make Goldlewis Dickinson. As with all of the completely new characters introduced to Strive that we've never heard of, so that excludes Asuka and Happy Chaos, there's not much to Goldlewis's lore. But here's what we do know. Like many, Goldlewis served during the Crusades, the war against the Gear Menace. During the Crusades, he would meet Vernon E. Grauwitz, the future president of the United States. He was very gay for him. Well, we'll get there. They did become close friends, though. After the war ended, Goldlewis would become the Secretary of Defense. This is actually very unusual and is accurate to US history, because Secretaries of Defense, if they are veterans of the military, usually have to wait for like 5 to 8 years before they can become one. However, he wasn't serving under Vernon yet, he was serving under Erica Bartholomew. Goldlewis will remain as the Secretary of Defense after Erica stepped down when Vernon took over. Outside of his coding in Japanese Bara culture, why else is he gay? In Bridget's arcade mode, Goldlewis states that he is like her because he had to hide his quote-unquote true feelings from his family. He's gay. Outside of this, Goldlewis is just like the average American. He loves burgers and extraterrestrials. Wait, he doesn't call them extraterrestrials. Actually, he believes the coffin he carries with him is a cryptid or a UMA. You know, because he has a coffin from Area 51. Yeah, that's rad. I just want to note also, Goldlewis has an attack called Down with the System. So if you think that he's just an absolute rule follower, think again. He's pretty sad about this whole situation with Vernon, because they're probably not actually together. Alright, Goldlewis, keep on giving those people the kiss of death. Recording my second video today, we recorded a fun interview with someone that I may have before or after this out. Maybe probably before, but you'll see. It'll be out. But I'm finally starting my first video, well, first Guilty Gear Stripe song breakdown, since I have started school at Oregon State University as a PhD in forest ecosystems and society. Now, does that have literally anything to do with what I'm about to talk about? Not really, but I am a PhD, and that's awesome. And I get very philosophical. I like to talk about Guilty Gear. I like to break down things. I like to break down philosophy of things, but this specific video I was toying at for a while because there wasn't as much. Well, there was a lot of, I thought, get very political. But we're going to get political in a very different way, one that's not political. We're going to talk a tiny bit about gender identity, but this one's going to be a little bit more straightforward, breaking down the things. I'll briefly mention what I thought this song was about, but I originally was going to say this song made me like the character less. I actually don't dislike the character less now because of the song. Now I recontextualize it. It's actually a very dark, sad song, rather than just a song about a guy who wants to constantly follow orders, even though that is still part of it. But without further ado, let's start the song. Woo!
It's not a big deal. We can handle it. I don't have to think about it. What we need to do is clear. Don't you think? I don't know any other answer than yeah. And I don't need to know. Now it's your turn. Cat got your time. I'm for this
So, here's where we get at it. So, originally I thought this song was just about, okay, a guy who's going to listen to every order, and that relates to what is known as the banality of evil. Now, he's obviously not evil, he's a good person, but if he was under a dictator, he would do some horrible things like in a good country. But the reason with what Hannah Arendt brings up with the banality of evil is that people did just because out of a sense of duty when they were assisting, let's say, with the Holocaust. But this isn't that. He's doing it because of that, but he's not following orders to follow orders. He's following orders because he's gay for Vernon, which we have just discussed in the multiple ways in the lead up to this. So we've explained why he's gay for Vernon. I don't need to explain that any further. But I'm ready for this. What about you? Cat got your tongue. Vernon will not allow them to be gay. He probably doesn't know it. He grew up in a very probably southern household, very probably anti-gay household. So he's very closeted in how he wants to go about things. He said he left his family because of that, because they were probably pretty freaking conservative. And especially conservative on, not saying all conservatives are anti-gay, but he likely was in a very socially conservative household wherever in the South he was. And so I'm ready for this "what about you, Cat Got Your Tongue." It's not, I originally thought, okay, it's just about Cat Got Your Tongue about following orders. It could be that too, which I originally thought, but I'm ready for this "what about you." Yeah, what we need to do is clear. Let's talk about the military, but it's also what we need to do is be in love. Bark and a bark. He just views himself as a barking dog. He says down with the system as one of his attacks. He doesn't want this to be the way it is, but that's how it is. He fundamentally dislikes how things are going. It's a vacant dirge. The vacant dirge is the idea that it's not a vacant urge. It's a vacant dirge, meaning when he's beating up people, they have no prayers, but it's his own dirge to what the life he could have had, as opposed to doing the best he can to live with Vernon in the way he can. I think that line says it very clear. Your regret that no one knows. He's gay. I think that's him attacking someone, but then, who do you think I am?
The kiss of death.
It's I'm like, who do you think I am? The kiss of death. The kiss of death that's gonna get you, because the kiss, he's doing this in a way out of love. You could say that actually, Freud says that people's love drives them in a way to attack people, but I don't think the song is going hardcore Freudian. I don't really care for Freud, in many ways. I love psychoanalysis, but I'm a far more Jungian guy. If you want psychoanalysis, go to my Slayer video, please. That explained a lot more of Jung. But the kiss of death, because if they kissed, it would be the death of what is currently there. The death that is out of his love, he will attack people for Vernon, but it is the kiss of death, because the kiss that will never happen. Death of who he currently is.
Sorry about that. You thought this through.
Yeah, he's basically saying, I'm sorry for all the suckers who have to think. Now this is going a little bit more into the banality of evil, I'd say. In the sense that, you actually have to think about if you want to take orders or not. I'm the sucker that's going to take every order that I need to take. Because all I do follow orders to follow orders.
I don't have to think about it. 'Cause there's those who believe. What about you?
So there's two ways. This is one saying those who believe in the American cause. What about you? Do you think? But then also those who believe, what about you? Those who believe that I am gay and want us to be together, which it might be contradictory because it's the only regret that no one knows, which means that no one knows that he's gay. Except, Bridget. But the music has some slight sexual revises. When I'm ordered, I'll do anything. Very sex. I'll do anything, and I want to keep it that way. Very much like that. He wants to think about this man. You know what this man would be like in bed. That's all I'm saying. Oh.
got your turn. Could got your turn. I'm ready for this. Bark and a bark is the way counters. Only with that no one knows.
Now maybe it's also Vernon's regret. Maybe Vernon does know that he's gay for him, but he also can't let this happen. Sort of like Kai and Dizzy, except they're actually together and they have a child, so there's difference. Not just again, gay men can't have a child outside of well, we don't.
The kiss of death.
Very Area 51, I love it. Words that reach, again, it says words that reach no one, like that. No one that he feels despondent at the way the world is towards his sexuality. So therefore it's a lot darker, man. Can we start all over? Deal. Like that idea, like, can we please have a life that one maybe wasn't with military trauma, but also the life that we could have actually been together? It's the last sound you'll ever hear when I beat you up. Was the last sound you'll ever hear me barking and barking and barking until you basically don't hear it anymore. Hear me fighting for you. Again, there wasn't much to this. I mean, yeah, you have successfully averted David Leibowitz' political rant about very current events, but probably for the best. Not to say I'm a voice averse to talking politics, but yeah, very happy about this, and I think what's going to happen before this part is going to be a little more interesting about Japanese culture, about how that relates to this, but see you. I hope that I can get this out before the Dizzy video, or Dizzy comes out, but see you either before or after Dizzy, and see you in the next analysis. Alright, it's been David Lee's Philosophy of Big Game Philosophy. Peace!